For me, I don't think there's anything worse than feeling low on energy and feeling really, really, really stressed. So if you can relate to this, what I've got for you today is a mini framework of questions that are so simple to go through to help you identify what's working and what's not working in relation to the energy you have and maybe the stress that you feel sometimes. Because it's okay just saying, I want more energy, I want to stress less, but there are, in my opinion, a number of things that are going to either create that energy and remove stress or not. And they are how you plan, how you eat, how you exercise, how you recover, how you actually manage your energy and stress, and your environment. And this mini framework that I'm going to share as quickly, as sharply as possible, we use with our clients all the time. And I've got a gift for you at the end if you listen to this full podcast, okay? Very, very simple. But what I would do if you are someone who's listening to this with a pen and paper is there'd be 4 columns, write down 4 columns. The first column, right at the top, area, and then down the left, right, planning, nutrition, exercise, recovery, energy/stress management, and then the last one would be environment. Then the next column, right, keep, the next column, stop, the next column, start. Simply put, what we're going to be evaluating is what's working, what's not working. Because I think one of the biggest roadblocks to someone planning better, eating better, training better, recovering better, managing their energy better, managing their environment better, is asking yourself the right questions. And I don't think I know. People just don't take the time to consciously evaluate what they need to do and not do. So hopefully you can use this podcast as an opportunity to do that if you know there's more energy that you want to live with and you want to stress less. And the bonus with this episode is I can almost guarantee that if you identify what you need to do to create more energy and stress less, by default, all those areas that I've just gone through and will be going through, they're going to help you look better. Because if you manage your training, your recovery, your nutrition, and you're planning better, simply put, you're going to manage your system better, which means you're going to look better. So the first one is planning. Ask yourself brutally, honestly, with the way I'm currently planning, what do I need to keep doing? Is the way you're planning currently working? And it'll be yes or no. If the answer is yes, and that's helping you implement the habits that create the energy, create the body you want, and help you stress less, then you would put whatever you're doing for planning in that column. You would keep doing, simply put. Then in relation to your planning, is there anything you need to stop doing? So for example, with our clients in the past who have been very reactive with their planning, or how they're currently planning isn't working, and it might be that they're simply planning on the wrong day. They're planning at a certain time that is not sustainable. For many people, they might be trying to plan on a Sunday evening when they are trying to down tools with their partner, their family. So if that relates to you, stop planning on a Sunday. The third column is start. In relation to planning, what do you need to start doing with your planning if your current method of planning isn't working? If the planning box is ticked and it's working, then good for you. Keep doing what you're doing. But if you know planning is the biggest problem that's preventing you from training better, eating better, recovering better, managing energy better, then what is it you need to start doing? Is there a certain day that you need to plan to start planning better? Or do you simply need to start planning? The amount of clients that have been inconsistent with us over the years as a result of not planning has been absolutely staggering. And then through magic, they start planning and they start implementing better, right? And for many people listening to this, and this might hit a nerve, so many business owners, CEOs, entrepreneurs, etc., are fucking unbelievable at planning their work tasks, planning client meetings, but they're absolutely shit at managing when they're going to train, when they're going to eat, when they're going to manage them, when they're going to factor in energy management, recovery tactics, etc. With nutrition, ask yourself again, what do you need to stop doing right now? Right? What do you need to stop doing right now? What isn't working with your nutrition? Is it you're eating a certain sugary snack that has enormous dents in your calorie consumption across the week, that's serving no benefit whatsoever to you, to the energy you want, the body you want, the stress levels you want? And then what do you need to keep doing? In relation to your nutrition, what is currently working that you need to keep in? When you are full of energy, why do you think that is in relation to your food? Because one of the major contributing factors towards living with more energy is your nutrition. There's a great quote, I think it's from James Clear, from Atomic Habits. And he says, everything you eat, every calorie you eat, I think it is one of those two, everything you eat is a vote for the energy you wish to live with. And if you don't have the current level of energy you want, what do you need to stop doing with your nutrition, and what do you need to keep doing? And then, just like I did with planning, what do you need to start doing with your nutrition? What do you think, if you started with your nutrition, would have the biggest return on investment for your energy if you started doing it? Then do it. Then do the same with exercise. What do you need to keep doing with your current exercise? Is it your current level of steps? Is it your current way of training? Is it working? Yes or no? Then what do you need to stop doing? Is there a certain session or a certain way you're training that just simply isn't working? Or you're trying to fit, squares in round holes when it comes to the amount of time you are training in relation to your calendar, so it's not sustainable. Whatever it is, if there's something getting in the way with your current exercise that isn't aligned to your expectation of your energy and your stress, stop doing it. Then the same, what do you need to start doing with your exercise? The reality is, for most people, if you don't have the energy that you want to live with, there's a strong chance you're not moving enough. Remember, movement shifts mood. Movement creates energy. You can't just hope for more energy, you have to create it. So what do you need to start doing immediately? Same with recovery. What do you need to keep doing right now? What's working for your recovery? Is it your current bedtime? Do you maybe take time to breathe, take your pit stops between work tasks? Do you journal? Like, what helps you with your recovery? Do you have a massage? Do you have hot and cold therapy? What's working? Then what's not working? What do you need to stop doing? What do you think is the biggest hindrance to your recovery right now? That is draining your energy, possibly creating burnout, and we've all been there, that is serving you no purpose and contradicts the energy that you wish to live with. And then what do you need to start doing? What do you think is the number one thing that would help you recover better than you're currently doing? Or recover quicker maybe than what you currently do? Then when it comes to stress and energy management, what do you need to keep doing with your stress and energy management? If you're struggling to answer that question around what you need to keep doing for your stress and energy management, that probably tells you that you're not doing anything for your stress and energy management. And if you go to the next question, where you ask yourself, what do I need to stop doing in relation to your stress and energy management? You should probably have a huge list of things that are draining your energy and creating stress consistently. From that list of things that are creating more stress for you and draining your energy, what is the number one thing that, if you stop doing it, would immediately reduce stress and increase your energy. Then what could you start immediately to give you an immediate return on investment for your energy and help you stress less? Lastly, environment. Environment dictates what we do, how we think, affects our emotional energy, our mental energy, our physical energy. And you can look at environment in two ways: people and places. The people you spend time with and the places you go play an enormous role on the energy you either have or don't have, and play an even bigger role, in my opinion, in how stressed or not you can possibly be. So in relation to your current environment, what do you need to keep doing? Is there a certain person or peer group that helps your energy? Is there a certain place you go that elevates your energy? I'm sure for many people, the one environment you need to keep in is the gym, where you exercise. Then when you move across to the next column, what do you need to stop doing right now in relation to your environment? Are you spending too much time in a pub, a bar that is playing no benefit to the energy and the stress that you currently want to have? Is there a certain person you need to cut off that's not helping you? Is there a certain client you need to get rid of if they're draining you? Do you need to have some hard conversations, with your partner? But what's not helping? Then lastly, in relation to your environment, if you started one thing to improve your environment, what would that be? But what this framework does, if you go through all of them: planning, nutrition, exercise, recovery, stress/energy management, and your environment, is very, very simply identify: what do I need to keep doing? What do I need to stop doing? And what do I need to start doing? I promise you, if you take time, and that can take a matter of 10 minutes, if you then implemented more of the things you need to start doing and keep the things that are working, watch how much more energy you have and how much more you stress less. I think we can stress so much more by not taking time to evaluate on the basics. So if you've been listening to this and you're either walking or running and you would like to go through this with a little bit more consciousness, when you've got 10 to 15 minutes, drop me a direct message saying KM Podcast More Energy. Then I know you've listened to this episode, and I will happily send you over the PDF that our clients have used to great effect to help them very visually identify, all these things I've gone through today. So as always, thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next time.